Welcome back to Building the Pride. I am your host, Drew, and I'm joined as always by my co host, Mike. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Drew. How about yourself?
I'm great. And can you introduce our third guest? Our third
Yeah,
speaker?
this is my son Danny, and he's also a big Lions fan. He's got the old Brian Branch jersey on.
Mm,
Um, so I don't know, Danny, if you want to introduce yourself. Brian is texting me, asking me if I can email him a link. Somebody say I did. Check your email, bro.
Yeah, I'm Danny. Been a Lions fan since birth, I think. Um,
I did it
yeah,
right.
yeah. So I did get to watch, Matt Stafford, Calvin Johnson play together. Peak.
Danny's in.
Excited. I agree. Oh my gosh.
I gotta say, A6 is not far off from being correct here. Danny, year one, came in cold and just absolutely, literally stole the last half of the draft during our live stream with the money on the table. So, I mean,
Mm.
hard to top that as an introduction. How'd you do last year, man?
I think I only lost a little, but
Yeah,
for the but
you were not a winner.
I wasn't a
You
winner, but
ended
I
up
wasn't a loser. I was middle.
Middle, good.
in the middle.
Um,
Yeah,
he had fun though,
I did.
but I have a feeling that he'll. So this year, I think is going to be extremely interesting for our group while we're watching the draft because real quickly we fall out of these are the best players in the draft, no debate. What's up, LM? And we start to get to the point where it's like, is this the sixth best player or the 36th best player on the board, right? Like, what
yeah,
will teams think, you know? And so there could be 3 or 4 pots that get won,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, this year, and they're all for like tons and tons of dollar bills. So, or what I think is going to happen is we're going to have a bunch of people all split pots 2 ways. Like Danny and I will win $2 a piece on this pick. You and Danny will win 2 picks, and then it'll be you and me, and then Brian and Danny. You know, I have a feeling that's going to happen quite a bit. So,
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier if we have two guys split it because 4 divided by 2 is a little bit easier. Then when you start dividing it by 3, you're like, okay, everybody gets $1 and then everybody gets 33 cents.
yeah,
So a little bit more of a challenge splitting it that way.
I'm not bringing coins this year. I'm not going to
Yeah.
do it.
And I would expect Brian to pop in here any minute. He was the one that brought coins last year. He brought in, was it quarters or silver dollars or something?
Brought in
It was like
quarters.
gold dot. I
Quarters,
thought it was gold
yeah.
coins or something. I don't know. Either way, that was
Yeah.
interesting.
So as we got Brian should be popping in soon. A lot of the guys, basically the same group from our last mock that was right before the free agency opened. So there was still nobody had solved their questions of who are we going to attempt to go for in free agency, what holes do we have to fill. It was a lot more questions at that time. So that A6, I'm showing up with pennies.
You'll
So
never be
that
allowed
same
to
group.
play.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know John, he was our Cincinnati Bengals fan. He is going to be popping in probably a little bit closer to 720. Adam is our resident Buffalo Bills fan. I would expect him to pop in anytime. Michael Ortnaby, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles fan. He should be popping in anytime, I would think. So hopefully we'll do that. But you want to talk a little bit of news and notes around the NFL? There's not a ton going on because it is, after all, 48 hours from the draft. But there is a little stuff going on. What we got, Drew?
Well, so I was just doing a quick scan of social media here, and the Dallas Cowboys, per Jerry Jones, are working on, hey, Brian,
Hey, Brian.
substantive trades, plural.
Okay.
So, I mean, what do we think that means? I mean, is that just Jerry being Jerry? Or I have no doubt whatsoever that this guy will wheel and deal to try and go get quote unquote like what the guys that they want, their players. But these are the guys they've made trades for: Trey Lance, Jonathan Mingo, Brandon Cooks, Stephen Gilmore. Just in the last couple of years, they traded for Amari Cooper. They traded for Kenneth Murray, linebacker from the Titans, and cornerback Kyer Elam from the Buffalo Bills. Like, if you're going to make stuff, I wouldn't say that any of those trades are substantive. Like, I would say that those are really bad. And, like, a lot of players that you're like, okay, I hope this guy, can we revitalize him somehow? Like, his change of scenery, prove it deal kind of concept. Like, so if you're Jerry Jones and those trades were not substantive, what do you think they're going to do? Let's start with Danny.
What they could do is trade Jerry for a bag of magic beans.
Oh my God,
I don't
dude.
think it's going to happen.
He's ridiculous.
That's just what Cowboy fans want.
Yeah. That'd probably be good for him. Danny, what do you think the Cowboys are up to?
I think the Cowboys are going to flake on Micah Parsons and end up dealing him on draft night.
Really?
He's so bad at paying people, so like it wouldn't shock me whatsoever.
He is very bad at paying people. He gave Dak Prescott $60 million. So.
How does that make you bad at it? He gave away a lot of money.
No, like he pays him late, and he's already been late on Micah for a bit. So
who do you? Okay, all right. So
who does he go to then? Like,
yeah. That's where I was.
Who's
going.
in the market to give up the kind of draft assets to get him and have the cap room to keep him? Who are you feeling?
I mean,
what do they want?
That's a great question too.
I'm assuming someone like him is going to be 2-3 number ones, right? Something like that.
We have to take part of the cost off because you have to you have to give him a contract.
Yeah.
Well, true, but like even established dudes that have big contracts, and not that he's a quarterback, right? So Stafford, we got 3 number ones for Stafford, and yes, he's a quarterback, so therefore, was it 3 number ones? We got 3 number. Was it just 2?
We got Goff and 2. So unless you're
2 and a
Goff,
former number one.
Yeah.
So we got 2 number ones for a 35-year-old or however old he was at the time, 34-year-old quarterback. Micah Parsons is coming off his rookie deal, and he is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. It does sound like a very Jets thing to do. He's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate every year. So he is elite and game-changing at his position. So I would guess they're going for at least 2 number ones, if not more.
So that's interesting because this year, for the first time, I think in like almost a decade, no one has two first-round picks at this moment in time. Everybody has their own first-round picks. So
all 32 teams.
Correct. And so I don't believe, and I'm not aware of, any team who has a future one stocked beyond this year. Okay. All right.
What's
It's
up,
all
Adam?
coming together.
Going on, guys?
That doesn't look like a Josh Allen shirt or jersey. Who you got there?
Sure isn't. This is 2009 Aaron Maben draft bust when the Bills were terrible. Who is going to be our savior?
Yeah, and how did that work out?
You got to remember the bad times to get with the good. So just got to remember where we were.
Yeah, as a Lions fan, I feel that.
That's going into the bag right there, dude.
Yeah.
I respect Adam. Interesting.
Bills and Lions, kind of a similar history of just wanting to root for them, and they deserve it. So I like the Lions in the NFC. I thought it was going to be Bills in Detroit last year, so I'm happy
Yeah.
that
I would have been thrilled with
we're
that.
where we are. Yeah.
Yeah. How's it going, Michael? Good to see you, buddy.
What's going on, guys?
Ooh,
Doing
haircut.
well.
Look at
Doing
him.
well.
Nice. I've heard. So Kenny 49ers here says Jalen Ramsey to the Bengals. I mean, the
Ooh.
Dolphins have made. There he is. The
John.
Dolphins have made
Heard
it
that.
known that they want to move Jalen Ramsey, and they've told him that they're actively seeking a trade. And so now everyone's like, well, who would want Jalen Ramsey? Jalen Ramsey is one of the highest paid corners in the NFL. He is, I believe, 30 or will become 30 during the season. And if Kenny has got an inside source here on this one, I think any defensive player for the Bengals is a good idea. But what are the Dolphins asking in return? And I've heard the front runner to acquire Jalen Ramsey is the Los Angeles Rams. They're reuniting.
I have heard the same thing. I don't. I'm less need tonight because I'm going to be representing the NFC West. I don't see them making that trade. They already did that once. They gave up 2 firsts for him the first time around. Got about 3 really good years out of him, and then at renewal time, he took off, and I just don't see them spending more assets to bring him back. I think they would love it. They're in dire need of corner help, but I'm just not sure that they're willing to throw that kind of assets around to get him coming back into LA.
Well, it's all depending on. I mean, if they eat the cost on the contract, draft compensation probably goes down.
Yeah.
Anything possible. So, well, Danny's got some help, which isn't fair, Danny, to everyone else. So,
Who you got? Is that Xavier?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Xavier. Yep. Rosie would be a little bit more active. So this is Xavier's internet debut, outside of some pictures. So,
But outside of some headlines today, just like what if scenarios, like there hasn't been too much that's actually happened. We haven't had huge extensions. I thought the Lions would extend a couple of players like they did last year around this time. They have not. We've had, there's been the normal rumor mill where like Cleveland and New York are entertaining, they're entertaining calls for trade ups. What's up, Dr. Detroit?
D.
And go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dr. JMO Gonzo. The one rumor that I did read today was JMO apparently removed the Lions from his scrubbed the Lions from his social media, and that typical unhappy diva manner that our football players do. So I don't know if that's true or not, because I don't do the Instagrams and
I can check.
Snapchats and Twitters and all that kind of stuff. But if that's the case, some of those rumors that we talked about last week might be true. He might be on the trading block, and maybe he wants to be on the trading block, and he's doing this to push them that way.
I don't see anything on Twitter right now. I refuse to call it X. I don't care. I don't see anything on Twitter right now that indicates there's anything in the works. This appears to just be more rumors. We'll have to wait and see.
All right.
Someone floats this deal. The Bills get Jameson Williams. Lions get pick 62. Second round pick. Would you?
That would be interesting.
I don't know that I'm necessarily out on a second round pick for Jameson Williams at this point. I could be forced to listen. Yeah.
I don't know if I guess I could see it. If we get a corner and an edge, where we want him to. I think
Well-
there's more pressing needs than wide receiver, but
I think you guys have to do it, Adam, just because you have like 4 or 5 wide receivers who are exactly the same, who all want to play in the slot. And I was like, wait a second. Dalton Kincaid, Keon Coleman, everybody else on that roster all wants to play out of the slot. And last I checked, there was at most 2 of them. So
yeah,
you get yourself a little. Josh can throw that ball. He can throw that 9 route. That's not a big deal.
I was kind of hoping we were going to do a bigger push for DK Metcalf as soon as he became available.
Ooh.
I would have loved to see him and Josh together. But I guess the Josh Palmer consolation prize for separation seems to be who they think is going to bring it over the top.
I gotcha. Well, Mike, I know we're a little early. Do you want to wait another 15 minutes to kick this thing off? We got the whole crew.
Yeah, I want to throw a couple before we'll kick it off here in just a minute. But I did want to welcome John and Michael and Adam, Brian and even Danny to the show. It's this is my favorite week of the year when it comes to doing the show, because on Tuesday we do the multi-man mock draft, and then on Thursday we do the live draft or the live watch party draft game that we do and stream that. So this is my favorite week. I appreciate you guys all being part of it. Michael, from the Eagles standpoint, is there something interesting that you want to see them do? And obviously, you're going to be drafted for the NFC West or the East, sorry. And we'll kind of get into some of that. But is there something that you're itching for them to do or wish they would have done during the offseason?
Outside of the draft in general?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm happy with the team. I mean, I honestly, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad we let the free agents walk where they left, because we don't need to pay them that much money. And I'm glad we re-signed Zach Bond, and we had some really low dollar free agent. Man, he is just loving that. Yeah, no, I'm good, man. There's really nothing that stands out.
I was,
Will I like to trade the Giants for the 3rd pick to get Abdul Carter? Yeah. But
that'd be expensive.
it's not going to happen,
That would be really expensive.
That's the answer of someone who just won the Super Bowl. No, I'm good. Things
I'm good. I'm really
good,
good.
Philly. I like cheesesteaks. Everyone's happy. That shit good.
Yeah. You got the Lombardi in one hand and, draft picks you don't care about in the other because your team's so good. What about you, John? What about the Bengals? Is there anything that you wanted to see them do this offseason that they hadn't, that they didn't do, or something that you were pumped that they did do?
I mean, I think there's the obvious, we locked down Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Obviously, that's going to take a substantial amount of cap between those two and Burrow. Trey Hendrickson is still somewhat in the air. I think the Bengals are just going to hold on to him and not cater to him. Last year, we paid him extra money. We drafted Miles Murphy last year in the 1st round as a DN, so I would like to see him actually step up and produce. Sam Hubbard, who's a Cincinnati native, went to Moeller High School, retired. So we're going to have to fill that slot. I would like to see interior defensive line. People ran all over us last year, right down the gut.
You guys should get DJ Reader. We got him, and he was great.
Yeah. That seems like a great idea. I was sad when we let him go. I was glad he went to you. I think cornerback. I think offensive line. I think the trenches are going to be important for us, having depth.
Yeah.
And
defense.
Defense is where we need to invest.
Yeah.
Draft picks. And we have to hit on them. Like, for some reason, we can't hit like other teams, Lions, Eagles. You guys seem to draft pretty well. We don't seem to.
Well, you picked Joe Burrow. I mean, that's not nothing.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's my guy.
Yeah.
You get a lot of mistakes if you draft somebody like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but you guys as Lions fans, my whole life was just like a cursed just terror as a Bengals fan. And then we did that Super Bowl run, and it was just pure elation, and then now I'm scarred, so
Yeah, I'm sure when you see this, you're like, I don't want to see that logo anymore.
yeah,
I don't.
it's kind of pissing me off. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Brian, what about you? Anything that the Lions didn't do that you were hoping they did, or did do that you're pumped about?
I do think that they need to pick up another edge. And I really hope in the first couple of rounds they pick up an offensive lineman. They're going to need somebody else in there, maybe a swing tackle or something like that that can play multiple positions. Start with the line. They're going to need another wide receiver, and maybe even more so if they trade Jamo. So that's what I think.
Right on. Yeah, I pretty much agree with all you guys with your thoughts on your teams. I think Drew and I've talked about some of these teams and some of the moves, over the off season here, and it kind of lines up with what we've been talking about as well. Do we want to just rock into the draft then? All right. So I just threw this info in the chat, although it all mushed together. So for those that have not watched before, what we do is we each take a division. We've got 7 of us. So Drew ended up with 2 divisions. The fans
good ones.
got the good ones. Yeah. So if you're not a Lions fan and you're on the show, you're doing the division for the fandom that you are. So Michael's doing the NFC East. John Burrow Hirsch is doing the AFC North. Adam's doing the AFC the East, right? Brian's doing the Detroit Lions and the NFC North. Danny was stuck with the AFC West. I've got the NFC West, and Drew is doing the other 2. So
Yeah, we don't even give them names. We just say the other
Drew's
2.
got the NFC South and the AFC South. You got the South. So
That's right.
Let me pop onto stage here the draft here. So the rules are simple. We draft who, if you were the GM of your team at that spot, who would you pick and why? Figure we'd give a couple minutes to talk about why we're going to do that. Why would you make this pick? What does your team need? How'd you figure that out? All that kind of stuff. And it also buys a little bit of time because just like in real life, we're going to allow for trades. So if somebody is watching somebody fall down the draft board and you're like, man, my team would really like to get him, they can, ring, ring, ring. The LA Rams are would like to move up to 15. What's your compensation? That kind of stuff. So we'll do some trades. It's a ton of fun. But I think that's kind of the gist of it. Am I missing anything, guys?
I don't think so.
All right. Are we ready to enter the draft? Are we going to put the Tennessee Titans on the clock?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
I'm assuming you can go ahead and just hit the start button. I am assuming that no one's trading up to 1. No one is so in love with Cam Ward that they're going to make me a God offer. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Nobody in the NFC West is interested.
Dead silence. So with the first, we don't need. I've heard a rumor that they've already told Cam Ward he's the number 1 pick. Every move they've made makes a lot of sense towards him being the number 1 pick, setting the table for him essentially. So with the first overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans are going to select Cam Ward, quarterback from Miami, who's all the way down at 17. Oh, maybe they've changed the board since I saw it last.
There he is, Cam Ward.
20.
There we go.
Worst.
20 draft. All right, Cleveland. I know Cleveland has had some rumors of wanting or being willing to trade number 2 overall pick.
Mm-hmm. That is true. And I made a selection last time we did this. And my reasoning, I believe, was that because Cleveland is still not where they want to be.
You're saying that Cleveland picking second overall in the NFL draft is not where they want to be?
Yeah, they didn't finish last season how they would have liked to.
Got it.
So obviously they have a need at quarterback, but I think they could probably find one further down the line. I think Cleveland will spend this first draft pick on
If you say Ashton Genty, we're going to.
That's exactly where my mind is. Exactly where my mind is. I mean, Nick Chubb is, came back from that serious injury. That hasn't seemed to be quite the same. And I think they're still building for the future. Janty can be out of the backfield, and he could also catch the ball. I'm going to go ahead and say Ashton Janty.
Oh, Lord, really? Click
Yeah.
draft? All right, there it is. Ashton Genty to Cleveland. The highest drafted running back probably since Adrian Peterson would be my guess.
Saquon
was.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's right.
Positional villain. I like it, A6, and appropriate.
Okay, Drew, does that mean our trade is off?
No. No.
The New York Football Giants.
Oh, you would not be proud.
This might be a surprise to some people, but I'm going Abdul Carter instead of Travis Hunter.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Why is that?
He's the best defender on the board. There's some, I don't know. I just, for the GM of the Giants, Schoen, or however you say his name, he's got 1 year left. He's fighting for his job. Less question marks with Abdul Carter, I'd say.
Who's the quarterback room right now for them?
Russell Wilson.
Don't forget Jameis.
Jameis. So they're not drafting quarterback after they sign Russell
you don't
Wilson.
Think so?
Yeah. So Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter, right on.
Can't go wrong.
No, I mean I think he's going to be a beast. So I definitely think that they can't go wrong on that one. That's a good slot or good pick. All right, so the New England Patriots are on the clock.
Gosh, and this was, it's obviously Travis Hunter, but I did that the first go around. And I guess anybody want to trade back a couple of slots because they absolutely love Travis Hunter.
I'll trade up one spot.
Hold up, I might trade up 2 spots.
Yeah, the Raiders are kind of who I'm thinking right here.
Let me look at the.
Would you be willing to drop down to 11?
No.
All right, because you do drop out of that like high end elite group, right? And you're like, well, 11's just outside of the top 10, but there's a big drop off at some point where you go from these elite guys like Carter and Travis Hunter and that group to the next tier.
I'd offer a first and a third to move up 2 spots.
So what does it say on the analysis here? I mean, you know what? Let's.
Who was the other one that was offering a trade? Drew, was that you?
I'm interested. I would be interested in having a discussion in the time remaining.
Yeah. Which team?
Jacksonville.
All right. So what would your offer be?
Why is Danny Matt? Is that just the whole pitch? Just a first and a third to move up to?
Yeah, first and a third.
Okay.
I think that's way too low to move up to in that position.
So let's see.
Maybe to it.
I will give up I will give up 5 and 36 to move up to 4. Wait, hang on. I'm looking at the Giants pick, which is a huge difference.
All right, so let's.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick. Actually,
I like that one more. All right. I'm not going to do a first and a third, but if you can counter and you can do a first and a second,
I don't think
that would
so.
get her done. All
No?
right. So I guess we'll just take Travis Hunter then. Corner
Seems
slash
reasonable.
wide receiver.
All right.
Vrabel will do well with him.
Yeah.
I think he's a wide receiver for them.
He's not going to be a DB.
I think they'll
Yeah.
have a package for him, but if I was him, I'd want to play wide receiver as opposed to corner, and you make almost twice as much money.
That's true.
They signed Carlton Davis to be the number 2 too. I
And
mean,
they have
he hasn't played a full season yet, but he could be there. I think he's going to be the number 2.
Brian, we good?
So we got
What do you mean?
Jacksonville.
You
Uh,
who were you looking to come up for? Were you looking to come up for GT?
Yeah.
Yeah. So John just torpedoed our whole plan here. Okay, let's see here. Obviously, I think the fit would be Mason Graham to Jacksonville. I'm looking at I just hate their offensive line. I mean, I hate it. And I mean, I don't know that there's one spot that I don't think I could upgrade over. So I'm really fighting the urge to take an offensive lineman here, but I do think Mason Graham's the better player and higher on my board. So I can't break away. I'll just take Mason Graham.
Hold on.
Well, who's talking to me here?
Is this
the phone
John.
ringing?
This is
the phone
John
ringing?
Burrow. This is John Burrow Hirsch talking to you.
Okay.
Is this pick for sale?
Well, let's have a conversation. This is the Bengals are on the phone?
This is the Bengals. Yes. Yeah. This is Duke Tobin on the line.
Oh, Duke, buddy. Let's see. So you want to come all the way up to 5?
Yeah, it's quite a reach.
It's quite a reach. I'd be willing to move down to. I mean, I know we're under new management or whatever, but we've moved down in the past. Pretty decent slide. I will do it, but I need your 1 next year.
So this one and next year's one.
Yes, and you've got a deal.
Well, I can tell you, Duke Tobin would not do this deal.
No, but you're not Duke Tobin.
I mean, it's a steep price. We're already paying a lot of players. First round picks.
It's true.
Expect a premium.
Who's going to be there though?
Would you throw in a 6th rounder?
Yes.
What about a 5th rounder?
Yes.
Just keep going until he says no.
How about a 4th?
I will give you pick 5 and I don't even let's see. 5th round. 1. I will give you pick 5 and pick 142 for pick 17. And next
And-
year's first.
So does that look accurate to what the current negotiation?
Yeah, I'll take that deal.
All right.
All right.
Force it, Mike.
All right. Off for trade. Trade accepted. All right. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock.
Cincinnati Bengals will take Mason Graham.
Is that their DJ Reader replacement that you clog up that inside and put some pressure on?
Yeah, hopefully with younger legs too.
They're
Right.
younger.
On a rookie deal.
All right. Well, that makes my pick a whole lot easier. I'll take Will Campbell out of LSU to either play right guard or right tackle.
The Las
They
Vegas
have
Raiders are done.
the Raiders.
They have a left tackle that I like, but their right tackle I have never even heard of, to be honest.
One of them is up. Colton Miller. His their left tackle. His contract is up after this year, and they have not engaged in any kind of contract extensions with him. So, like, you might be giving yourself a lot of leverage in those negotiations if you have a potential young replacement, rookie contract replacement. So, I like it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good fit for them. And now we've got the Jets on the clock. Aaron Glenn. This is gonna be his first big move. Well, he's obviously not the GM, but like could be a big part of this.
Well, with Will Campbell off there, which I was hoping he was going to fall to the Jets, we're actually going to do a little bit of a reach because we can shore up that line a little bit. It's going to be Armand Membo, tackle from Missouri.
Dude, I think you got the better player, man.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. The San Francisco 49ers are very disappointed. He's on my list. So as I was prepping for this, what I did is I made essentially an Excel spreadsheet, grabbed all my teams. I listed all their picks for every round, so I knew what assets I had to move around. I listed all their needs. I went to a bunch of different like big boards and team need sites. And then I looked at a whole bunch of like all the first round mocks for each of these teams and like listed who the common mock is. And then I had a list of guys that are worth trading up for if they fall. And Membo was on my list, and I should have made the call before the Jets selected Membo because he was the guy that I was hoping to inch up for. So that's a real bummer. And now it's back to Carolina.
Ah, yes, the South. Well, fresh off of us giving J.C. Horn the most money any quarterback's ever dreamed of making at the position, he was the 58th corner on PFF's board last year, and that's awesome. Let's see, who do we have here? Mike, can you scroll down for me
I sure can.
a little bit more? I just don't agree with any of this. Who is my okay? Unless I'm bid anything for this pick, going once, going twice. The Carolina Panthers are going to take Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State.
Great pick.
Wow.
Yeah. We are Penn State.
Okay, you're a online student. Let's calm down.
Hey now. It's all right.
You ever been to Pennsylvania? All right, I'm back on the
I've
clock.
actually been to Happy Valley. I've been to Penn
Oh,
State.
there you go. White out. Now we're back on the clock with yet another South team because they're almost all terrible. And I like that the Saints took some steps, the beginning baby steps of fixing their cap this year. And I think there's no better way to fix your cap than to have a quarterback on a rookie contract that hits. And you can't have a quarterback on your roster that hits unless you draft them. And so they're going to take Shadir Sanders, quarterback from Colorado, as the quote-unquote heir apparent to Derek Carr, who doesn't look like he wants to play for him anymore either. So this is going to be fun.
Well, Derek Carr's out for next year, so.
Right, all of a sudden with a shoulder injury that cropped up during the offseason. I mean, is he hurt? Is he really hurt? I don't know. I mean, did he get a doctor's note? I think that
He'll get paid.
Like, give me some more money and we'll talk kind of a scenario.
Chris Olave might never play again if he gets another concussion.
I mean, that's a real shame too. I mean, I know he went to Ohio State, but like I like watching the way that guy plays football. Like he's real smooth in his
He's
routes.
good. It's unfortunate.
It was who was the Lions running back that ended up with concussion problems that had a ton of potential?
Javian Best, Javian Best.
Javid Best, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Amir Abdullah also had concussion problems too, right? For us, if I remember right.
It's on the Raiders now, so.
So he's lasted a while. So we got the Chicago Bears on the clock. So NFC North would be Brian at pick number 10.
And the Bears are interested in trading back. Maybe somebody like the Cowboys who seat McMillan sitting there.
No, I'm good. All right. Bears shouldn't be drafting a wide receiver there.
Let's see.
Pace is on the hot seat. He can't draft another wideout.
No, the Bears aren't interested in drafting a wideout, but somebody else who trades in front of the Cowboys might be.
Let's see. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a tough one.
Okay. All right, calm down, A6, dude. Like,
Javid Best, yeah.
So
yeah, the Niners were thinking about it, but I just don't think our top two guys were Membo and the other tackle, Campbell. I was thinking Will Johnson. I was like, I knew it was a Will, but Will Johnson.
Did the Niners draft a wide receiver first round last year also?
Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, the Niners were thinking about moving up, but since both of those OTs are off the board, the next best couple are available if they need them.
Looks like you're going to have to pick one, Brian.
Yeah, I think so. Who was the number 2 running back? I can't think of who it is.
North Carolina guy?
Yeah, the Carolina guy.
Hampton.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to pop down to RBs? Boy, that's a little bit of a stretch, though, isn't it?
It is. Big time. I'm going to take Banks out of Texas A&M.
Banks? Texas? Yeah. Kelvin Banks?
Texas. Yep.
The tackle?
God, you're a terrible human being. The Niners are sitting there going,
"You trade it up."
The next tackle's way down the board. I don't see them needing it.
You can't be like, "No, I'm gonna stick and pick," and then be like, "No, you guys are mean."
I'm sitting there going like running back, defensive line, safety, and I know they need more than 3, but I wasn't thinking tackle would be on that like top list there.
Look at Adam's face.
There you go.
Look at Adam's face. That's pure judgment.
Oh, man. What's up, Hatters? Welcome. Lions take a tight end in the first. Yikes.
Well, my top 3 were Genty and the 2 top tackles, so I had a trade for number 5 in line, but
yeah, the Niners were really hoping one of those tackles were there as well, but they thought, the third best is deep enough that we think we're probably fine. And this is the crazy thing. This is probably how things go on actual draft day, right? They're like, oh, the team right in front of us doesn't have this need. We should be fine. And then shit happens, and they're like, oh, that was what we wanted to do. So we got the Niners on the clock. They have quite a few needs, tackle being one of them. So we were really hoping to take Banks if the other 2 were not there. But we also are in dire need of cornerback help and edge help. Carter did not fall down far enough for us to try to trade up for him. Although we do have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 draft picks this year. So maybe I could have done something for Carter. But I think at this point, unless there's somebody that's dying for the San Francisco 49ers draft pick and wants to throw a bunch of assets our way, we are going to take the Jahdae Barron, cornerback from Texas. We're going to take the top cornerback in the class.
Nice
If
pick.
Warren's there, the Niners might take him.
Oh no, the tight
I'll
end.
look out for that in real life.
Oh yeah, for the Niners.
Yeah.
Relax, Hatters. It's your BPA nonsense.
The force will be with the Lions. All right, so the Dallas Cowboys.
McMillan.
Tat McMillan. That sounds like a Cowboys thing to do. Take the best wide receiver in the draft. That was the Lions did like 3 years in a row, and it worked out great for them.
But the Cowboys need a wide receiver.
We kept needing one too because they never worked out.
That's a good point.
Dolphins
right, the
on
fish.
there. Yep. And we're picking Jahdae Barron, who we were going to go for too. I think makes it an obvious choice. Will Johnson from Michigan.
Next best corner on the board. Indianapolis.
Yeah, we're thinking.
Well,
Who?
are you interested in trading it?
Me?
Yeah.
Who's asking?
The Arizona Cardinals, just 2 picks behind you.
Yeah. All right. What are we offering here?
So let's pop back here. Hey, look at that, Arizona Cardinals. So for number 14, we would offer number 16 and number 115.
115.
I don't think 152 is going to do it.
Well, so
115 might seem a little steep.
there's a difference of about 100 points. So why don't we go? I'm more than willing to do it. So I will give you 14 for 16, 115, and 152.
And 152.
That puts us right equal. No one's got an advantage, and you get your boy.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right. The Arizona Cardinals, after sacrificing some draft capital,
Mm-hmm.
are going to go for Walter Nolan, the defensive lineman from Mississippi.
Danny a smile has split his face in two.
I'm just confused. Like I like him a lot, but rank 7 on their site feels a little extreme.
I don't worry about PFF this year. They are all discombobulated. They are so far off of consensus. It's not even. I mean, it's really not even a joke. I mean, they're getting their feet under them. They had a lot of turnover in their draft department. So,
yeah, the Cardinals had Pierce, the edge rusher, mocked to them. Green mocked to them. Barron, and in almost all of those mocks, Walter Nolan was not available because that is their second highest need as far as the various team needs sites that I've been scoping out for them.
Gotcha. Well, so the Atlanta Falcons, if I'm not wrong, are on the clock.
They are.
And needs abound. Let's see here. I really want to do this. Well, I'm in control. I'm going to do it.
I mean, you're the boss. You're the GM, right?
The Atlanta Falcons are going to draft Luther Burden, wide receiver from Missouri, to give Michael Penix every weapon that they can get their hands on to make sure that they're not making a terrible, terrible choice.
Yeah.
Now we're back to me. We're back to me forever, basically. Like I get to talk forever. So we traded. So the Colts traded back.
Yep.
The player I want to give them is Jihad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama. So they put a really nice little defense together. I think if they have some decent quarterback play, which who knows? Is it Daniel Jones? Is it Richardson? We don't know. But I didn't like really taking Colston Loveland right here. I think that I'm more in line with giving them a better defensive player, and I think Campbell's got some pass rush to him, and he can be a future will linebacker for him. We'll just have to see right now. They have a kid, Segun Olubi, who they took. Looks like he's a UDFA, but he's graded really well last year. So there might be a camp battle. We'll have to see. But yeah, we'll go Jihad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama.
The little high for a linebacker. You were really disappointed when we drafted one at 18. Are you sure this is
No,
the
this
right
is
move?
new NFL. No, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. If you hit on the player, everything's fine. Positional value means nothing. It doesn't matter. So I just assume that I hit. So
Yep.
and then everything's fine.
Yep. Running back goes 2, linebacker goes 15. It's okay. Cats and dogs
Doesn't
getting
matter.
along. It's chaos.
I don't like it. It makes my head hurt. I'm back on the clock here with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep. They're sitting on Cincinnati's pick from earlier this evening.
Kirby Joseph threw out the first pitch of the Tigers game. That's cool. Well, now that Trent Baalke's gone, the Jacksonville Jaguars are allowed to draft people who went to Michigan, and they're going to, and they're going to take Colston Loveland, tight end, to pair. I just want to see Trevor Lawrence throw to Colston Loveland. I just think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that might be a move that the Rams make to move up to replace Tyler Higbee. And if he fell a few more spots, I think I would have tried to do that. I just don't know moving up that many spots because we're drafting at 26. That would have been probably too rich.
Brand new NFL, Mike. Just do whatever you want. The points are made up and the jokes don't matter, or whatever.
Yeah,
I had that backwards, but that's what the NFL is now. Hooray!
Yeah. So Seattle's on the clock. Seattle has a plethora of draft capital. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks, 3 of which are comp picks. And we've got 4 of them. Actually, we have 5 of them in the top 100. So we're hoping to really boost our roster this year. We're looking for interior linemen, wide receiver, tackles, edges, the main positions of value. So I think what we're going to do in Seattle here is take Emeka Egbuka from the wide receiver from Ohio State, and try to help boost our offensive output for the year, knowing that the cornerback situation in LA and San Francisco is not particularly great. So we want to capitalize when we can.
Rams should not take a tight end. You don't know. It's just an opinion. Oh, here, look at me. I'm back on the clock. We'll just do this real quick. I think that I know that the Bucs have signed Hassan Reddick, but they like those kinds of smaller, quicker, bendy pass rushers like him, and he's only on a 1-year deal. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to take Donovan Ezeraku, edge rusher from Boston College.
Seems reasonable.
Is that me?
The Denver Broncos.
Can I propose a trade to the Broncos?
Absolutely. Wait, from who?
Okay, the Eagles would like to propose a trade to the Broncos.
Ooh.
All right. Let me hear the offer.
We would swap first round picks, and we'll offer you Dallas Goddard for your as well to swap picks.
So
We
20,
just got Evan Ingram though, so I don't know if we would need Dallas Goddard. Let me real quick pull up the Broncos roster to make sure I didn't make that up.
I don't think I knew they got Evan Ingram, if that's true.
Oh, do you not follow Evan Ingram on social media to keep
I don't
up
follow
with
the Broncos or Evan Ingram on social media.
Yeah, we got Evan Ingram, so we're all good on that.
Well, he's gonna break his leg this year, so that's cool.
I hope not.
My goodness.
That would be super unfortunate. Any counter offers?
I'd be
other-
willing to take like 32 and hold on, let me pull up Jimmy Johnson. So that's worth 590. Mine's worth 780.
Who's got the birds, man? That's nice.
About 190 points. So if you throw me your third rounder, that honestly be fine. 96.
Deal.
All right, sounds good.
So Philadelphia's first and third to bump up 12 spots to number 20
Mm-hmm.
for trade.
What player from Georgia are they taking?
Plot twist. Mike Green.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, Howie does like his defensive lineman, doesn't he?
He's the guy right here. Mike Green can be big.
Mike Green.
All right. So Omarion Hampton's off the board, right?
Nope. I don't think so. That's the running back, right? Yep, he's still
Mhm.
there.
No, he got taken 10, didn't he?
No.
No, talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
okay,
was a
that's
little
right.
deep for.
Well, they need to replace Najee. They obviously have a need at quarterback, but I don't know if the premium is going to be worth it. There's been some chatter about Shador. There's been some chatter about Aaron Rodgers. I think Rodgers may end up in Pittsburgh.
Vomit.
Better happen before the draft, because if they draft a quarterback, then
He'll announce that shit at the draft. It'll be like,
Hijack
draft
the
coverage
media.
and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty deep D tackle draft.
Kenneth Grant from Michigan still there.
Yeah, which is a need.
Harmon.
Minnesota might be interested in moving up 4 spots.
Ooh, plot twist.
What would Minnesota offer?
24 and 139.
I was hoping you guys keep doing it in the third person. That'd be pretty cool.
139.
That's what a 4th round comp pick. I'm sorry,
Well,
4th round
actually,
pick.
based on the next two,
Is it 4th?
yeah, I think we'll take that deal. That sounds like a plan.
All right, do it up. And then I'll take Hampton.
Really?
Shit.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm just kidding.
So Minnesota jumped up to grab Omarion Hampton from North Carolina.
Yep.
Is that correct? All right.
Yep.
All right, Chargers on the clock. This one's
Bolts.
probably easiest pick of my life. We're gonna take Matthew Golden.
I like it, Danny.
The best wide receiver left on the board.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, and we're back up.
Yeah, so this is the Green Bay Packers are on the clock, so that's Brian again. And this don't forget the draft is happening in Green Bay this year, so this is going to be a hometown pick here. So what's
Hang on.
I think they're due to draft another quarterback in the first round, right?
Did we see what Lions President Rod Wood said
Yes.
about the draft being in Green Bay? He's like, no one's going to go to that. It's like they're going to say that they have the highest attendance ever, but they're going to come in second or third, just like they did last year.
Yep.
The Green Bay Packers would like to take a cornerback, but we are going to stick with an edge, James Pierce from Tennessee.
Seems good.
Good pick.
As a Lions fan, I don't want to see that because I think he's going to be good for them.
Oh, as a Lions fan, I'd be thrilled with that.
Would you really?
Oh, fine. Yeah, give him James Pierce all day.
An edge we're not going to take is off the board.
In my opinion, he's bust all the way.
All right, that's fair.
So let them all happen in Green Bay. Good choice, Brian. I like it.
All right.
All right, so this is Pittsburgh's pick that Minnesota just gave them or just traded for them.
Yeah. Well. I think the obvious choice here is going to be Kenneth Grant.
Well done.
Just because of the need, because of the culture in Pittsburgh. I, as a Bengals fan, I'm not the biggest fan, but I respect Mike Tomlin. That's the team I hate the least out of the AFC North.
Oh, there you go.
Is that because you respect the coach the most?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't.
Yeah.
How in the world is offensive line not a need for Texans?
Right. Oh, it is. No, it's just, isn't it? Isn't that just say, oh, well?
Oh, well, yeah,
okay.
basically the
I
whole
thought it was
thing.
me.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. All five. And that's what we're doing. We're going Josh Simmons from Ohio State.
Wait. Would you be interested? Okay.
We're going to draft Josh Simmons from Ohio State.
All right.
Sorry, Danny.
All good.
The Rams are on the clock here.
Rams, would you be willing to trade out to 31?
How far back? To 31
Chiefs?
with the Chiefs.
What are the Chiefs thinking?
Yeah, what's
Let me take a look at the values and stuff. 700. So we have to make up about 100 points.
so 31, 26.
So 31 and 95. Just according to the chart.
Man. Let's see here. Let me take a look and see who's back on the board for us. So we are looking at, we've got a couple needs that are sitting on the board here. I think they'll probably last. So let's pop back to that trade.
Yeah, you've had good luck with that so far. Yeah, let's.
Wrong team.
It's fair. Yep, good call. So 31
And 95.
95.
Mhm.
What if we went up to 66, but I'll also give you 195 or 190 if the 5 makes it different.
I really don't like the sound of moving that far back. And 101's a comp pick, so I can't take that one from you.
You can trade.
I can.
You could.
I thought you couldn't.
No, that was up until a couple of years ago. Now that you can just trade all of them.
All right. So what do you do 101 instead?
So 26 and 101.
For 31 and 66.
Yeah, I'd do that.
All right.
All right, Kansas City, you are now on the clock.
Kansas City is going to draft Jalen Walker out of Georgia.
Son of a bitch. Yep. Seems like a good pick.
My jaw was wide open that he was still on the board past like the top 15. So
Joke in there somewhere.
He was one of the guys that we had our eye on, but there are others, so I figured I would go with the additional draft capital since our others are still accessible to us. So Baltimore, the Ravens.
So I'm looking at something real quick. Yeah, ESPN has Zabel listed as a guard.
He can play. He can play.
Right. He can bump out. His overall rank is
Played
33.
guard for a couple years.
North Dakota State, they churn out O linemen.
Name one that's worked out. Go.
Cordell Volson for the Bengals. I mean, hit and miss, but he's done. He hasn't been the liability at all times.
Like they can hang that banner in their gymnasium. Then I mean, like.
Tempted to take Starks here. I mean, they already have Kyle Hamilton back there. But I mean, the value right there, and that's what always happens with Baltimore. I feel like they always get a great value.
Yeah, Hamilton was one of the most athletic players in his draft class, and he dropped into the mid. I think didn't they pick him at like 15 or 17 or something?
Somewhere around there. I was so disappointed because I wanted the Bengals to get him. Yeah, I feel like the Ravens have to take Malachi Starks.
I think he'll fit in well there. And that puts our Detroit Lions on the clock.
Ring, 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 ring.
Ooh. Lions
Ryan.
are getting a call.
Yep.
The Carolina Panthers would like to offer you their second and fourth round picks next year for this pick.
So the second this year or the second and fourth next year?
Second and fourth next year, 2026.
I'd pass on that.
Okay. Made you think.
Yep. Is Mikhail Williams still available from Georgia?
I believe so.
Yep.
There you go.
That was the guy Drew was going to get. I can tell by his reaction. That's who the Lions are taking?
Yep.
I'd be excited about that as a Lions fan. And now we've got Washington.
The Bills or the Rams want to move up.
I have
The
someone.
Bills would, depending on what you're after.
All right, Adam's gonna.
The Rams would consider it.
I mean, I would do swap 30, and I would give you 132 in the fourth round.
How about a third round pick?
No, I wouldn't do that. We don't have one.
Makes it tough.
Neither do we.
It makes it tough.
You got Chicago's third round pick, by the way.
The Commanders do?
Oh,
Yeah, 109 from Chicago. I think that's fourth round.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Good call.
We'll take.
Just kidding.
We'll take that. 109.
And you got to give back. What do you have? Then you got to even it out with 205 or 245. I would ask for 205, but we'll pretty much take anything back.
Nah, that's all right. We'll hold. We'll draft Nick Scowerton.
That's actually perfect.
Yeah. Commanders, they got a lot of need. They could go. I could see them going anyway here. Edge, DB, corner, safety.
Yeah.
So there's just some options on the board for them. They don't have a third round pick, but we'll go with that. Scowerton.
Perfect. The Bills are thrilled because we get to keep our capital and get our guy. The only kind of area that is sitting for the Bills that's glaring right now is the other corner position. Extended Benford, Rasul Douglas, still question mark. So Trey Amos, Mississippi would be the pick.
That seems like a pretty good one. It's a little bit of a bummer. He was on the list for the Rams, but the Rams had a couple guys on their list. They were looking at.
Are you guys taking calls? What's going on?
I'll listen.
Okay.
But we've already traded back once, so we'll see.
Okay. But like,
let's do it.
Carolina's calling you.
All right, so let's go to see what. Where's
Carolina is
here?
going to offer 57 and 74 for your pick.
57 and 74 for 31.
Yeah.
I don't think we want to drop back that far.
What do you mean? You got your own second round pick. You're fine.
Yeah, well.
Are you trading back once?
I don't think so. I think that's too far to drop back. If I was talking to Cleveland or New York was calling, that would be different. But we're really looking at another tackle. We're looking at a cornerback. We're really kind of hoping Amos would fall there. So, but if we do that, if we drop that far back, we're not going to get any of these top end talent. So, I think what we're going to do in LA is I think we're going to take Gray Zabel. I was considering Shamar Stewart on this because we've got Braden Fisk in the middle, and then we've got the defensive rookie of the year.
What's his name?
I'm drawing a blank on his name. Oh my god.
Jared Verse.
Jared Verse. Oh my gosh. So we got Verse on the edge. We've got Fisk, who is also a defensive rookie of the year candidate in the middle. And I was thinking about, do we pair Shamar Stewart and put him on the other side? But we need to make sure our offensive line is shored up. So Gray Zabel, it will be a welcome to LA.
It's a good pick.
Does anyone from the 33 to the 38 range want to trade up and get a fifth-year option?
New England might.
All right.
So we got. So it'd be 38 and 77.
Yeah, I'd make that deal.
Not accepted. Stop it. Go.
It's like force
All right.
it through.
Yeah. You're not the boss of me. All right. New England is on the clock for the second time in the first round.
And we are going to go with, we're going to go with Shamar Stewart. Actually, nope. Take that back. Josh Connerly. Excuse me.
Yep.
And do you remember when we did this the last time and I was like, don't fuck it up?
Hey, you know what?
You just.
I almost did.
But he didn't. So,
No, he made
all's well that ends well. Yeah, that was not wide right at all.
PTSD.
Is it still too soon?
It's always too soon. And after 4 in a row, and to the Chiefs 4 losses in a row, just keeps on happening.
That's rough.
So-
Cleveland.
Yeah, so we went offense first round. And that edge position is tempting.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
Can you scroll down your board a little bit there, Mike?
Sure can. Let me know if you want me to keep going.
No, that's probably about where I. I've heard really good things about Jaden Higgins. There's a lot of people that liked him.
Pretty solid grade.
Does it say his 40 time there?
No.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Shades of Tim Patrick.
Top speed will be average at best.
He ran a 4.47.
Okay.
Danny.
Yeah, I love how that's average at best.
Yeah.
All right, will you scroll back up for me? I think I know where I'm going here. The Cleveland Browns. Not the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, the Cleveland Browns are going to take Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame.
Right on. Just a quick recap. We'll kind of scroll through. We won't read them all off for the first round since we're just started into the second round.
Genty pick is insane.
Ashton Genty at number 2 for Cleveland. So that was interesting. Cam Ward going number 1. Hunter went. Like those are the 3 of the top 4 for sure. I think for Thursday night. I'm not sure if Genty's going that early.
No.
But it would be interesting.
I'm gonna get real pissy on the stream if Genty's number 2 and we have to listen to the announcers talk about that shit the rest of the night. Real pissy. I'm gonna have like a comfort food emergency kit.
I mean, running backs are dime a dozen, but Janty is built like a tank. And I think in the AFC,
5'9". It's a pretty small tank.
yeah, but just the way he runs.
So kind of like Barry Sanders, like
No!
legs were like tree trunks.
Yeah.
like Barry Sanders' legs were like tree trunks.
He's not Barry Sanders.
No,
Don't
I'm
ever
just
do that
saying,
again.
like, it's true. Nobody's Barry Sanders. He is the greatest running back of all time.
It's sacrilege.
All right, Mike. You're up, buddy.
All right. New York Football Giants on the clock, round 2.
Jalen Milrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I was shocked.
Alabama. Tennessee Titans.
Mike, can you give me a look at the edges, please?
I can't. Shamar Stewart's right there.
He is, but he doesn't fit the profile. Scroll down. Ooh.
You want
Got to
Josiah
be the
Stewart.
Michigan
I
guy.
can't do it. I can't do it. He fits. He's just the first guy that fits the profile. All right, never mind. Back out. Jeez. I see. This is the part. See, next year when we do this, I'm gonna have to have like what Danny's doing, like run my own mock simultaneously alongside, so I can look at the prospects.
Who's available?
Yeah. Okay. Let's. We took Cam Ward. I have Kelvin Ridley. I don't really have many other weapons. Let me take a look at wide receiver here. Oh, Jaden Higgins is still there.
Yeah. And Io Minor as well.
Someone recently just didn't have the courage to take him. Let's see. I will take him though. I'll give me Jaden Higgins to pair with Cam Ward.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
Oh, here I am again. I took.
You got all the bad teams. You get a clump of them.
Right. So this is going to work out so good because I traded down and got Colson Loveland, and now I'm going to take Derek Harmon. Yeah.
Yep.
The Panthers were trying to trade up for like 3 times, and no one wanted to do it. So
the Raiders are gonna take the Nick safety. Not gonna pronounce his last name and embarrass myself.
Nick.
Go to safeties.
Emin Worry?
Yeah, him.
It's real easy. You just sound out the letters in sequence. It's Emin Worry.
It looked worse.
Look at Adam's laughing at you.
All right, so we got Nick
That's a
Emin
great
Worry
pick, though,
in
Thank
Las
you.
Vegas.
And then
Don't tell him that. His head's
It's a good
gonna.
it was a great pick. He's probably a first rounder.
He might be.
And then the Broncos are gonna take. I'm in between 2.
There's way more than 2 guys available.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but like I'm in between 2 people. We'll take Travion Henderson.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
I was between him and the kid out of Iowa.
Yeah.
He's probably low on their board.
What position?
Halfback.
Okay, that's fine.
Running back, Mike.
Jesus. So, what's the scuttlebutt on Scattaboo?
I think he's too small and too slow.
He's just a big dumb ox, is what he is. I don't even want him in Detroit. Everyone's like, no, Scatterbo for the Lions, hooray! And I'm like, no.
We've got Montgomery. We've got Gibbs. I'm not sure we need to take him unless he's a 6th rounder or something, But I don't think he's gonna go that long, right?
It's terrible. It's just terrible. All right, Brian.
Chicago's going to take the other Ohio State running back.
Oh wow, Judkins! Wow, dude, you're crazy. We got to run. Should I do one just to play along?
I mean, Kamara's getting old, so
the Saints do have a need at running back. Although, I mean, they got Kamara still, right? So
getting a little bit long in the tooth. Can I see interior defensive lineman, please?
You may. Only because you asked nicely. You said please.
Okay. The New Orleans Saints are going to draft Tyleik Williams from Ohio State. 3 OSU guys in a row.
And then Chicago is back on the clock.
Back on the clock.
And we will take Omar there, 34th ranked out of Tennessee.
Hey, Adam.
Hey.
You want to trade down, buddy?
I just might.
Okay.
Where are you at?
The Falcons would like to come up.
You want Shamar Stewart, huh?
I just want to come up.
So
couldn't hazard a guess. I mean,
42, 46, and we would want to pick this year.
mm-hmm.
So the 4th rounder, 118.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Yeah, okay, I'll draft.
Good,
Shamar
like
Stewart.
clicked just before you said, "Yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
it." I'm like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, the Falcons will draft Shamar Stewart from A&M. Thanks, Random. You're nailing this, by the way, buddy. I mean, you're crushing it.
I always do.
Yeah.
We'll do the side bet. Who got more right picks?
Yeah. Well, so once we do this, I'll take screenshots and throw them in our Discord, and then as the actual night goes along on Thursday, we'll review and see what kinds of things we got right. So the Niners are on the clock. In the first round, we went and grabbed Jahdae Barron. So that was a huge help for us because our primary picks were not available. So that was a real bummer. Donovan Jackson is the guy that we got our eye on because we were really looking for a tackle. But we're also looking.
We should have
for
drafted one in round 1 then.
They didn't make it to me, Drew.
Should have just reached.
So I'm kind of down between Donovan Jackson and Tyler Booker because we need both positions pretty strongly.
Well, Jackson is guard tackle. He can play tackle
Yeah,
in a pinch.
kind
And
of
then
swinger.
but Booker is guard only.
Yeah. And his grade kind of dropped a little bit. Pass block.
I'll bet you dollars to donuts he's a first round pick on Thursday.
Tyler Booker?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go with Booker over Jackson.
You just took the Cowboys pick.
Oh, they should have traded up. Just
They
make
should.
an offer. Just make an
Should
offer.
Cowboys aren't good at doing trades on draft day, so.
Or at all.
Or at all.
Or at all.
There you go.
Too true, Drew.
I'm gonna do. Is the corner from Notre Dame still available, Morrison?
No, I think he went.
Okay,
He went.
then the Kentucky corner.
So these are the top.
I still think that there's a chance they draft the corner pretty high. I did that in the last first round with them. I'm gonna go corner
Who
here.
did they take
Harrison.
in the first round?
They got McMillan, the wideout.
Oh, that's right. They got Ted McMillan. Yep. So they're gonna go cornerback with
Yep.
Hairston.
Yep.
He runs really
Seems
fast.
reasonable.
All right, the Colts are back on the clock. They took Jihad Campbell, Jihad Campbell in the first round, traded down to get him. This here, we're going to take Mason Taylor, tight end LSU. You might have to scroll a bunch. You might just want to go to tight ends.
Yep, we'll do that. All right.
It's going to be going tight end. Doing Elijah Arroyo, the Miami
Ooh.
Jets.
Spice. What do you think about that, Danny?
I like Arroyo over Taylor, but other than that,
Okay.
can't hate.
It's from the U.
Although-
U of M.
Although, wait, no, the Cowboys don't have the pick. The Jets do. Never mind. Great pick then.
See, Drew, I got Danny's approval, but not yours.
I like Arroyo. Fine.
I like
I
him.
have a
He's
problem
from
with
the
Arroyo.
U. Let's
No,
do
I'm
it.
not catching shade on this. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's the real U of M.
Okay.
University of Miami Hurricanes. All right, the Cardinals are on the clock. In the first round, just to refresh everybody, we jumped up and we grabbed Nolan, the defensive lineman. And we have many needs. So we're still looking for an edge. We're looking for cornerback. We could use a guard. Even wide receiver would be a need. So I think all that said, edge is our most needed position here, and I'm really liking Landon Jackson. Let's see, he is he's a beast, 6'7", 280.
And he's a real 280. He's not like a fake 280.
Yeah, Texarkana, Texas. It does exist. Carl Nassib. Yeah, I think this is our guy. We're going to go with Landon Jackson out of Arkansas. And the Fisher on the board, or on the clock.
Since the fish are on the clock, I'd like to have a conversation with the fish.
Who's calling?
The Bucks. but it's not to move up.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'll give you pick 53 for Jalen Ramsey.
Ooh.
Goodness.
And you're taking all his salary too, huh?
Well, I mean, we obviously can't get into that with this simulator, but if I'm giving you a second round pick, you're keeping some of the salary. That would be how this goes.
So Jalen Ramsey for 53.
It's going to depend on how much salary it is, but if the numbers work out.
We'll figure the numbers out. We'll do lunch.
We'll have our people talk to your people. They'll do lunch.
In that case, we're not going to, because it's going to be the entire thing. So no, I would stick with the spot for right now, unless you can do something more.
No, we're fine. That's great. I was giving you a
Oh man. So you see the tackles that are on the board still?
Yes, sir.
Donovan Jackson is not a tackle. Just know that. Neither's
What is he, more of a guard?
Yeah,
I honestly don't know.
He's kind of a
So you
swing.
can pick on me all you want, but I don't know.
He had to play tackle because Josh Simmons got hurt, but he played guard, and like their PFF's just listing him where he finished the season.
Okay. And then can you look at the defensive interior?
What? Oh, it's doing both. Let's try this again. We got a mud hen up there at the top.
Toledo.
Man, I don't love it either way. But I guess we're just kind of go with, need around the pick. So we'll go with Darius Alexander Toledo.
I think you'd like that pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Cincy's back.
I think I know where I'm going, but can you pull up the linebackers?
Yes, sir.
Just to make me mad or what?
So.
Oh, okay.
I like Carson Schwessinger better than Demetrius Knight.
Well, then you can't work at PFF.
He led the country in tackles. You can see the jump there in his grade. He's a good pass rusher as well if needed. We have a need at linebacker. We've already addressed the D-line. I think we need to keep bolstering the defense. I'm going to take him.
All right. Carson Schwessinger to the Bengals. The Seahawks have
Might
two
want to
of the
trade
next three
back with
picks.
Green Bay.
Yeah, the Green Bay's calling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's the offer here? Let's find Green Bay.
They're by Lake Michigan.
Because it's not the draft position, it's geographic location. That's great.
Yeah. Yep.
We're still gonna have
Oh, Brian, we love you, man.
Yep.
So
I'll
what
give
is the
you,
offer from Green Bay?
50 and 137. 54,
Well, I'm
sorry, and
Seattle.
159.
And
159.
159. Yeah, I think I'd do that. Yeah, let's do it.
The Packers will take Siobhan Revel.
Damn it.
One cornerback out of East Carolina.
That's who I was looking at.
Well, My phone was ringing and I was answering. All you had to do was call. So Denver is on the clock.
I think that we are gonna go with Darian Porter to pair with PS2.
He's a corner, Mike. We got to run on quarterbacks right before my pick. Run on quarterbacks right before my pick.
All right, Seattle's back up. The phone, if it rings, I'll pick it up and answer. So I'll give it one moment as I review my needs here, which are many. We have interior offensive lineman, wide receiver, which I took in the first round with Egbuka.
I actually really love what Seattle's done this offseason. I think it's great.
Yeah. So interior offensive line, tackle, edge, safety, all of those are needs for the Sea Rats. So if I don't hear the phone ring anytime soon, I don't hear it, we're going to go with Xavier Watts, safety out of Notre Dame.
It's a good pick.
It's okay.
And Tampa Bay is on the clock.
Yeah, we are. We really, really are.
Yep.
And then I just watched everybody take the players they wanted in front of me.
My phone could have been ringing.
Totally sucked. I mean, like I tried to trade up twice. Okay.
Well, y'all were looking at a cornerback. Do you want to see who the best corners are available?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take Thomas.
Azariah
He's
Thomas.
He's big. He plays press man.
Yeah, good man coverage.
So I think that Bulls would probably
6'2",
like him. And
198.
Ezraku and Thomas, I think, would be nice additions to that roster. So,
All right.
hey, Seattle back on the clock.
Hey, Seattle's back on the clock here. So about 90 seconds ago, we took safety Watts. We still have the same needs outside of wide receiver. And
Ring,
safety.
ring,
We solved
ring,
those.
ring.
Oh, my phone is ringing. Who's calling?
The Houston Texans are calling.
The Houston Texans are calling. Let's see. They are pick 58, so just 4 back.
I'll give you 166 in addition.
So 58 and 166 for 54.
Yes.
That's interesting. So for
You just did the same deal.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but so for Seattle going into this, I have first round, 2 second rounds, 2 third rounds, 3 comp pick, a comp pick at 137, and then I've got 2 more comp picks at 172, 175.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to trade up
2
whenever
seventh
you want.
rounders. I've got a boatload of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Just get that ammo.
166 fits right between my 4th round comp pick and my 5th round comp pick, and I don't have a pick in between there, so that
that's
would
nice.
be pretty handy
Yeah.
to pick yours up. So
You should do it then. Click the button.
I think I'll do it.
Okay. That was a long time for
I know. I had to think like, do I need a 12th pick? Yes.
Okay,
That's
Houston's
only-
going
it's
to
only
take Donovan
2 spots back.
Jackson. So
Donovan Jackson,
Run that
tackle out
up
of
to the podium.
Ohio State.
and now the
All
left
right.
side is set.
The Bolts are up. The Los Angeles Football Chargers.
I know who they should pick.
Who'd they take first in the first round?
Matthew Golden.
Oh yeah, that was a good pick. I liked that one for them.
Let me take a look at what I have as their needs.
Yeah, that's right. Danny does his own needs for the teams, folks.
I
Yeah.
did.
Hey,
He don't rely
I
on
did the
no
same
one.
I just say I do composites, so I look at a bunch of sites. mush them all
Alright,
together, see what the commonalities are.
This might be a slight reach. We go to safety real quick.
Yeah, there's one right there for Penn
Not
State.
that one. I don't like that one.
He hurt.
Yeah, I'll take Andrew Mukaba.
From Texas. All right. That is a bit of a reach.
That is a come down and hit you in the mouth safety right there.
Yeah.
Must have seen something in him.
Yeah. You probably saw him hit dudes in the mouth.
Did.
You know? Notre Dame.
So speaking of
Hello,
reach
Bills.
and project time, Bill's on the
Speaking
clock.
of reach.
So we're going for an edge. Oluwafemi Oladejo out of UCLA. 6'3", 250, big reach.
Wow. Yeah. Got some good measurables there. Run stop rate's pretty high. Run defense is good. Pass rush win rate's not too bad. And shades of, we're not really sure yet. We'll see.
Because he's only played 10 games at edge.
Yeah, he's been a linebacker.
All right.
So that Buffalo got a project. Which is
Hey,
fun.
as Lions fans, we know all about drafting projects.
That's right. So in the first round, Carolina took Tyler Warren for the offensive side, and I want to draft JT Tuimoloau from Ohio State. I hate Ohio State to death, but they really have a lot of good football players.
That's part of the reason why you hate them, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Hey, Seattle's back on the clock. This was the trade back from Houston. And safety is on our list. I don't see interior. You got Tate Ratledge is still there, though. It's not a bad choice. I think I've kind of got it narrowed down to Tate and our boy Kevin Winston Jr. I think we're going to go with the.
Haven't you already taken a safety for them?
No. Oh, yeah, you're right. I was looking at the
You're
wrong
welcome.
column.
Yeah.
Thank you, Drew. I almost blew the whole thing.
It would have been real embarrassing.
It would have been so embarrassing.
Yeah.
All right, so then, yeah, Tate is our guy.
Who's the guy in the second round taking all the safeties? The fuck is this?
It's Seattle both times.
Yeah.
Can you remind me who the Ravens took in the first round?
I can. Baltimore.
Yeah,
Malachi
safety.
Starks. Top safety on the board.
Oh, look, he wants to do it too. He's like, oh, no, double safety. That sounds so cool.
That's what I'm gonna do.
To go with Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah. Who plays? I mean, he played nickel 2 years ago and was great. They can put him wherever they want.
Can I see the specs on Braden Swinson?
You may. Pretty solid. Wow, look at that.
Run defense is hurting.
How big is he?
6'4", 250.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I mean,
Malcolm Kuntz.
all right, let's get out of there. Yeah, I think the Ravens are gonna take Braden Swinson. It's good value.
Yeah. He's a good player. That fit well. The Lions. Who'd we take in the first round, Brian?
Mikael Williams,
Oh,
edge
that's right.
from
Right in front
Georgia.
of Drew. Yeah.
So we are. I mean, we're loving this. If this is Thursday, and Michael ends up in Detroit, I'm clicking my heels together like Yellow Brick Road style.
You going home right after that?
I said, what else is going to happen that's any better than that? Cap the night.
I think this pick comes down to two players for me. One is the Stanford wide receiver, and the other one is the interior offensive lineman from Arizona State, which I did the first time we did this a couple weeks back. but this time I think I'm going to go with the Stanford wide receiver.
Who's okay? That's great, but like, who's the interior guy from Arizona State?
It's the guy, I can't say his last name. Savali.
Oh, Savanaia. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Arizona.
don't even see him. Is he not listed? Was he
It's
listed
because
as a tackle?
it's because he's a tackle.
Gotcha. All right.
Because
But, you're
PFF
going
is
with-
like, hey, let's just list them whatever they played the last snap of the season. You know, like not
So we're
what
gonna
they're
go
going to
with-
be in the NFL.
Is it Elick?
Yep.
Alec at Ao Manor.
Theo Manor.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that pick, Brian.
Thank
Do you
you.
love it because Jameson Williams may not be on our team? And
No, I
it's,
just think that he's
something we
the
need to do?
next Tim Patrick.
Yeah.
Danny, I have not been in love with you. What? Someone who was talking? Go do it. Say your thoughts.
Washington's on the clock.
All right.
Is Tate Ratledge still on the
Nope.
board?
Negative.
Really? Oh, wow, I missed that.
Negative. Yep. Seattle took that.
Okay.
After Drew saved me from taking back-to-back safeties.
It would have been
Well,
real
good thing
weird.
the Redskins, the Commanders have a lot of needs.
They
They
do.
got a lot of corners. None of them are good.
Hey.
So
Mikey Sainer still is good.
is the Iowa State Porter guy still available?
Nope, Danny took him.
Sheesh. Hold on then.
Yeah.
I need this live mock draft thing too.
Scatmo.
You know what? I'm gonna do. This is somebody I want for the Eagles, but Mason Taylor, tight end.
He's gone. I took him for Indianapolis. Strike three. Ward.
Don't you have a dry erase board that
Anybody want to
crossing these
trade
guys?
trade up so I can have more time here or no?
I mean, the Rams would
There's only
consider
three more
trading up.
picks. Yeah.
The Rams would consider trading up. Let's see where we're at here. Los Angeles Rams. Let's scroll past them. Yeah, there we are. So our next pick is 66. So just outside of the second round. And I would be willing to throw in 190.
But then you don't get to pick anymore. Right? You're trading out.
Yeah, well, that's
Just to give
true.
Mike another pick.
Well, yeah. Do you want to take your last? No, you get. He's gets the Eagles.
Yeah, no, let's
Oh,
trade
sure,
out.
sure, sure. Yeah.
Let's trade out.
right.
Let's trade out. The Skins are low on picks also this draft.
All right. Excellent. And the Rams have a lot of needs, especially on the defense. So in the first round, we traded up to get Gray Zabel. We really wanted Jahdae Barron or one of the top cornerbacks, but that was not meant to be because they happened right in front of us. Our next pick is number 90, so I think some of these guys are still going to be there. Although the way that tonight has gone, maybe not. Let's see the other.
Who are you gonna pick?
linebackers. I'm trying to think on it. I was maybe. I think I'm gonna go with Demetrius Knight Jr. We need a linebacker. I think that's our guy. Seems pretty solid. So the Rams are going to welcome Demetrius Knight Jr. to the team.
That's lovely. I thought you were going to take my guy for a minute. Princely Uman Milan, Edge, Mississippi, for the Bills.
That seems pretty solid. I like it.
Hey, Mike, can you do me a favor? Can you scroll up in the second round and see who the Titans took at the top of the round? From my notes. Oh, Higgins. Thank
Jaden
you.
Higgins. Jaden Higgins.
Sorry for the delay, everyone.
I'd be stunned on Thursday if we get to the end of the second round and Dart's still on the board.
I'd be stunned if we get to the end of the second round on Thursday too, Brian.
Well, Friday. Sorry.
It's
Drew being the smartass. We love it. Yes.
The Chiefs are gonna go with. Is Ursary still on the board, or did he get taken?
I think so. Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, I'll take him.
Ferrante. All right.
Yep, yeah.
Go.
All right. And to close out our second round.
Mr. Irrelevant here for our.
Yeah, exactly.
He might
The
be.
Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles.
TJ Sanders.
Ooh, that's nice.
TJ Sanders, defensive lineman, South Carolina.
You
Did
should
take a
draft
defensive lineman
Tannenbaum.
for every one of their picks?
What's that?
Did you take a defensive lineman for every one of their picks?
Both Eagles, yeah. But I had the Giants draft Jalen Milrow.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I've earned one award. All right, so this looks cool. I'll grab the full image another time, but yeah. So to refresh, Cam Ward, Genty at 2, in a shocker, but then again, it is Cleveland. So the only thing they miss on more than running backs are quarterbacks. So Carter at 3, Travis Hunter at 4, Mason Graham at 5. A lot of those seem pretty reasonable. Campbell, Membo, drafted right in front of the Niners, both those guys. Tyler Warren at number 8. So do you think Tyler Warren is going to be like the last tight end that went top 10 was Pitts, right? And he was,
Brock
I think,
Bowers?
8.
He was
Oh,
4.
Bowers. Yeah.
4.
Bowers was like 15, 16.
Bowers was like
Value.
8. Pitts was 4.
I don't like taking tight ends that high. Those teams
Yeah.
have other needs at more important positions, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
Tyler Warren's going to be the real deal, though.
Yeah. You think he'll go top 10?
I think there's a chance he goes there, but I don't think he should go top 10. I don't think a tight end really should go top 10. That's just my opinion.
Well, should a running back go too when all
No.
of the Cleveland Browns offense needs is a quarterback, wide receivers, offensive lineman, and I mean like
And a tight end. Don't forget a tight end. They need a tight end too.
I mean, John, I get it. I'm not knocking you, but like this could really actually happen, and I'm terrified of it.
Yeah.
Whatever can set the Cleveland Browns back more, I'm good with.
This is it. You did it.
This is it. And like Drew said, there's a very real chance this happens. So yeah, this was pretty fun. What'd you guys think? Were you happy with your picks?
I'm happy with it. I mean, I made
Yeah.
them, right? I mean, like that's
Yeah.
just it. Is that like if we're not? I mean, there was a couple of opportunities, and of course, I had twice as many opportunities as everybody else. But like,
Yeah.
there were
Twice
a
the
couple
number of opportunities to fail and pick busts. By the
Sure,
way.
and and like James Pierce certainly is one of those. But like, I think there was opportunities to like, and I think the reason I would probably like doing one division more than 2 is to be is for like the thing that's like I got to get up in front of this and this team in order to get this player that I want, right? And like some people were obviously like picking their spots and going for it, and I really appreciate that about this group.
Yeah.
But it's like when you've got 8 teams and you're all trying to juggle that stuff, like I'm not even thinking about trading like with myself or whatever. So I think there were some lost opportunities there too. But like I like the board, and it's just so far from consensus that I think that it feels more real.
Consensus never happens, right?
No, never.
So
Penn State with 2 top 10 guys and still can't win the Big Ten. I'm a Penn State fan, so like we always send guys to the top 10 picks, and we just like always first round talent. Just can't get it done.
They're the Big Ten's tough though. I mean, like certainly, but Penn State's certainly not like Penn State's coming to town. Get your popcorn ready, or I mean, like it's just an automatic W or anything like that. Like, you mean?
I mean they almost made it to the national championship game, right?
Yeah, I mean they might have the number 1 pick in next year's draft.
I can see that.
I mean like he's just got to not fuck up.
Yeah, I don't think he'll live up to a number 1 overall pick. Like I don't think he's going to be that good in the NFL. But hell, you never know with quarterbacks, right? There's
Cam
such
Ward
a-
just went number 1.
yeah.
He just reminds me of
What-
Christian Hackenberg too much.
Okay, I mean, but like
He just does. He does.
Eller or
Yeah.
Ward.
Drew Aller.
Oh, okay. I mean, you guys do have a type when it comes to the quarterback position, but
Yeah.
like,
Give me
no, I thought it was
Chase
great.
McSorley. Give me him all day. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. Sorry.
It's been a minute since I've heard Trace McSorley's name.
The last time we won the Big Ten title.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy, that was great. What a day brainer.
Yeah, so we had 3 Michigan guys on there, so that's got to make Drew happy. Who else is on here? Danny's a Michigan fan as well. Brian, are you a Michigan fan or do you know better?
I know better. I'm a Spartan. I'm
Okay,
basketball
great.
season all the way.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. That's how good MSU is at football. That they have to watch basketball, in order-
That's right.
and they're good at basketball.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
the Sanders wild card is going to be really interesting to see where he ends up going in this draft.
Yeah.
I have seen mocks from number 2 overall to, like 14, 15-ish. I forget who was at that spot.
I would be stunned if he got
What about
past
trade
number
up?
9.
Yeah.
Past the Saints.
Yeah, me too.
So I have a question.
And then he's like falls. Like none of these guys need him. So then all of a sudden, what? Maybe
Maybe.
Indy, but they've got a guy that I don't
Yeah,
know.
Daniel
Maybe
Jones.
Indy.
They already drafted a bust at quarterback.
Yeah, they don't need a second one.
He could fall to Pittsburgh.
It's possible.
I think they
Yeah.
trade up for him before he gets that far.
Yeah.
I have a question for each panelist here, starting with John. Like, if there is a player, let's assume your team picks where they're slated to pick right now.
Yeah.
No, their draft selection. Is there a player that you think could realistically be there that you really want to see your team pick? John, off the top of your head, is there a guy that you're just like, oh, if they draft this guy, I'm beyond stoked?
Well, we're not. Yeah, we're talking realistic.
Yeah, just like, I mean, like Abdul Carter's not going to fall to 17, right? So like,
Mm-hmm.
like if there was a guy there and you're just like, I think that, this guy in my team's uniform is just going to be fire. What?
I think it would probably be a linebacker.
Mhm.
So
if Jihad Campbell was there, would you?
yeah, I would
Oh my-
certainly. I would certainly be happy about that. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, Whartonby.
Logan Wilson is our starting linebacker, basically
Mhm.
our Mike in the system, and he sticks. Jermaine Pratt was just so up and down last year.
And asked for a trade.
Yeah, and the big thing for me, obviously we spent all of our money on offense this year. We signed both receivers and Mike Gesicki. And we spent a little bit on defense, but that's not sustainable, especially if you want to be playing into January. Like the thing about
The goal is February, though. Let's be real.
yeah, but like the thing about our Super Bowl run and AFC Championship run is Burrow gets so much hype because he was so clutch. But
Yeah.
our defense is really what carried us there. It was Jesse Bates, it was DJ Reader, it was Trey Hendrickson, it was Von Bell before he kind of got over the hill a little bit. It was Chidobe Awuzie. He played out of his mind that year. And so, we have to hit on the draft on defense. Otherwise, we're screwed.
Whartonby, you got a guy that you're just hoping falls to you at 32?
Yeah, I don't think they will, but they definitely won't. But I would trade up for Green like I did, or Walter Nolan.
Okay.
I think those are 2 guys we trade up for. If not, the edge from Boston College, however you say his last name.
Yeah.
And then Harmon, the tackle from Oregon, also. and then Scourton or Shamar Stewart. There's just a lot of options there, I think, on the edge late in the first round.
Yeah, when you're really good and you just can have, oh, okay,
Best-
one of these guys happened to fall. It's nice,
Best player available, right?
pretty much.
Yeah, there's options.
Kremble, buddy.
Hey, bud. I would be content if the Bills got Trey Amos in the first round and it fell to him. But I really want to see him move up and get Will Johnson from Michigan.
I've heard that rumor.
Yeah, that would kind of be it. Play zone, he would fit right in. I would be beside myself if they did that.
I would love to see him in Buffalo with you guys. I think that's a great pairing. So, tip of the hat there, buddy. Good call. Coates, Brian Coates. I got 3 Coates.
I was happy with Williams coming to Detroit, but I was really kind of hoping that Walker was going to drop a couple more spots, but he got nabbed 2 spots ahead. I think he'd be a nice chess piece for him.
Danny. Yeah. What about you, Danny?
Yeah, as Brian said, I would be very happy if we got the kid out of Georgia. But then I'd honestly be happy with someone like Mike Green, even though he is smaller and not like the draft profile we go for on the other side.
Mike, how about you, buddy?
I would love to see us grab an edge to pair with Aiden Hutchinson on the other end. That said, I wouldn't be opposed to Gray Zabel if shoring up our guard position because it's a big question mark. We lost our best guard, and we've got a couple guys that are trying to fight for a position, and I think Gray Zabel could give them a run for their money, and I think I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I think I prefer an edge. That's the sexy pick, but Zabel would be my second choice. What about you, Drew?
Well, I think I would agree with Brian. Like, in all practicality, if Michael Williams is on the board, I'm thrilled. The guy that I am getting really excited about, who I feel like is becoming more likely that he's going to be there, is Shamar Stewart. Like, when I think about what that Marcus Davenport body type that they want to draft, in exact opposition to what Danny just said, if you look at what Shamar Stewart is good at and is not good at right now, he's good at things like moving a pocket and setting an edge. What he's not good at is finishing sacks. Well, if you ask him to play the Marcus Davenport role, he doesn't need to finish. His job is just to C-man push, and just Hulk smash directly into the guy. And he can do that as well as any defensive end in this class that the Lions are likely to see. And then every day in practice, he gets to go against Penei Sewell and have Aiden Hutchinson in his ear teaching him what to do. And with all those traits in our culture, I just think that you put a dude whose ceiling is sky high in with all those all pros and other young guys who all want to succeed. That's just a recipe that I would be there for. So,
yeah, I've seen a lot of mocks of Shamar Stewart to us.
Yeah, that'd be great. They really enjoy that. So, but I really, 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 really want an edge. I really, 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 really want one badly. So,
yeah. So,
but he'll surprise me. I know he'll surprise me.
We'll trade up for another safety. We're gonna be like, what? It just happened.
Yeah.
So, anything else from the crew? So, appreciate y'all popping in.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Doing this is a blast. Like I said, this is my favorite week. Doing this draft in particular, just a ton of fun. And then Thursday, we're gonna do our watch party and play our little betting game, and that's a ton of fun. This is my favorite week, so appreciate you guys all popping in and talking about your teams, because you guys have a lot more insight on your teams and your divisions than we do. So appreciate you guys doing that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and you guys got the inside track next year. I mean, right? So, I mean, reserve your spots,
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we'll have to find an 8th person so Drew doesn't have to do 2 divisions.
Thank you.
Wonder if we can find 32 people and everybody can get
No. No.
we're gonna have to get more followers, right? We're
Yeah,
gonna have to get
well,
more
that would
people, and but no, getting an 8th person would be pretty dope. Maybe Asics can do it next year. He wasn't able to do it.
He was
this
in the
year,
chat.
so-
Notice that he was in the chat
for
Didn't
a
want
little
to say
bit.
anything, but since you said
Yeah.
something, I'll say it.
Yeah, he was, and we appreciate him popping in the chat. He did tell me essentially like, I don't know any of the prospects this year, so and he's got a little one, so
Well,
it's,
I mean, it's tough. I mean, they are keeping a lot of that information secret, so I mean, it's hard.
There's nothing out there on the internet.
You gotta really dig. You gotta know people.
Yeah. So awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in, and catch us on Thursday. What time does the draft start, Drew? What time does the draft start?
8.
8 o'clock. So we'll probably go live 7:30,
6:45, something like that. Yeah.
I haven't officially gotten the invite for that, Mike. Are we still
What?
doing that then?
Yes,
No?
of course. Yeah, no, I assumed
right.
that. I assumed that you knew. So yeah, get over here.
All right.
48, less than 48 hours from now. So I think we'll probably start around 7:30.
All right.
Shoot the bull for a little bit, and then
You
let
better
it
be
roll.
there, dude. I mean, like, I
I'll
need
bring
someone
my
to talk to
coins.
that's sane. Do not bring coins. Do not bring. Please do
This
not
could
bring
be
coins.
this could be a coin-free evening.
Yeah, let's be like men and just have dollar bills, right? Come on.
All right.
All right, appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys later.
See ya.
Thanks,
See
guys.
ya.
All right, peace.